So torrential rain is occurring with this thunderstorm. We are tracking this thunderstorm that is moving through Wheatley and Morrow right now. A ton of lightning with this in Lee and St. Francis counties. This thunderstorm is moving to the east at around 20 miles per hour, so it does have the potential to dump quite a bit of rainfall with it. Winds are around 60 miles per hour with this thunderstorm as well. We have another thunderstorm warning for northeastern Mississippi County and looks like southwestern Dyer County. This thunderstorm is south of Cooter, south of Caruthersville. It's moving off to the northeast, again very slowly, 20-25 miles per hour, packing quite a bit of rainfall with this gusty winds as well. Now let's focus back on the Memphis Metro, on DeSoto County. We are watching this cluster of thunderstorms begin to combine, and as it combines, it's going to really give you a lot of wind, potential for that small hail as well. Especially looks like it's moving to the south and east of South Haven right now. There's maybe some small hail falling right along State Line Road at the moment, and we're going to maybe even see the trajectory of this thunderstorm change just a little bit more to the east now rather than the southeast. It looks like it has changed somewhat. We'll watch that with the next few radar scans. But again, this thunderstorm warning will expire in about 12 minutes at 6 p.m. It is definitely going to put down a lot of rainfall. We are going to see some flash flooding happening on roadways out there. You're probably already noticing, if you're anywhere from South Haven, Horn Lake, and even into Olive Branch right now, your backyard is beginning to get a lot of water standing in it with some of the rain that is falling with this thunderstorm. Again, it's packing gusty winds up to about 60 miles per hour. Haven't had much in the way of reports of this. And I want to zoom out. I want to zoom out and show you kind of what we are experiencing, why this is occurring. So basically, we've had these thunderstorms off and on throughout the day today, and what is known as an outflow boundary. So as a thunderstorm collapses, what happens is it pushes out all of this energy, and as it pushes out that energy, any thunderstorm around it has the potential to intensify. And that is what we saw with this thunderstorm right here over DeSoto County. And look, this line that's stretching now really from Blytheville through Covington into Memphis and just north of Hernando. That's exactly what has happened. So this is going to continue. Now it looks like the path of this line has shifted more to the east rather than the southeast on the southern tip of this. It's putting down quite a bit of rainfall. We're also going to watch this cluster of cells that we have right now over central and northern Shelby County, because some of that rainfall, as these clusters kind of combine together, they have the potential to, as they combine together, provide you with gusty winds, some of that small hail, and definitely that torrential rainfall. Again, this is in effect for the next 10 minutes over southwestern Shelby County and northern DeSoto County. The real impact of this storm that we saw as it was first issued about 45 minutes ago, right at 5:16 p.m. It was very strong, and now it's beginning to kind of rain itself out. However, we're not out of the clear just yet. That will not happen until that thunderstorm does expire in about 10 minutes, keeping an eye on this. Now I'm going to step out of the screen. We're going to take another look and zoom in street by street and see what's exactly happening with this thunderstorm. You can be aware that it does have quite a bit of rainfall with this. That's something that the National Weather Service is very concerned about, is the amount of rainfall with this thunderstorm. And again, as we look at it, we can see places like Plum Point, Snowden Grove, north of Church Road and south of Shelby Drive, seeing quite a bit of this rainfall. I'm going to just kind of check in, see what the National Weather Service is thinking with this thunderstorm warning. They updated it just a few minutes ago. And they are noting that the severe thunderstorm is slowly moving to the east and southeast at around 25 miles per hour. Again, putting in some wind gusts at about 60 miles per hour. And very heavy rainfall is occurring with this storm. Again, it could lead to some flash flooding, so be aware. That is likely as this thunderstorm continues to move slowly to the east and to the southeast, only at around 25 miles per hour. So think about that. That's the speed limit around most schools, right? You have to slow to 25, 20 miles per hour when those lights, those yellow caution lights are flashing, right? That's how slow you're driving. That's how slow this thunderstorm is moving. And as it moves this slowly, it will put down quite a bit of rainfall. There is even some potential for some small hail, but again, the big threats here are gusty winds and that heavy rainfall. Again, winds potentially up to about 60 miles per hour. There is a lot of lightning with this thunderstorm, a lot of thunder as well. Zooming out, you can see that that cluster of cells continues to develop and form a line. And this line of thunderstorms is going to move very slowly and put down a lot of rainfall as it makes its way off to the east to the southeast over the next probably, let's say, 45 minutes to an hour. Again, this thunderstorm warning that we have in effect for southwestern Shelby County or now south central Shelby County and northern and into central DeSoto County, really impacting the northern portion of DeSoto County, is putting down quite a lot of rainfall. Again, this is in effect until about 6 p.m. for the next 7 minutes. We are tracking this thunderstorm, and as I mentioned, we were watching a few of those cells begin to combine, right? That is something that I pointed out to you. We saw just a few spotty cells, thunderstorms, they combined into this line. Now it stretches from central Memphis through Bartlett into Millington. And as that happens, we will watch this line to put down some of those gusty winds. Now, it hasn't reached severe criteria yet, but we will keep an eye on that line as it develops, as it makes its way to the east and to the southeast. So Bartlett getting a really good thunderstorm right now. A lot of lightning, very heavy rain, as is Millington. Cordova, you are next in line for this. So are Lakeland and Arlington, also in the path of this line. Again, this is not under a severe thunderstorm warning, but it will pack quite a bit of a punch. Now, the thunderstorm off to the south impacting now South Haven and Olive Branch. This thunderstorm is what is warned for the next remaining few minutes, 5-6 minutes. Again, heavy rain with this. We are watching a lot of lightning, pouring down rain at around anywhere from over the last few minutes, over the last 45 minutes, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches is possible with all of the moisture. You've stepped outside, you've felt how humid it is today. And so the thunderstorm is tapping into that water, precipitable water. And that is letting us know that any thunderstorm that does develop has the potential to put down quite a bit of rainfall as the evening wears on. So we'll be tracking this probably for the next, say, 5-6 more minutes as this thunderstorm does have a warning. I'm not expecting the warning to extend much past what we're seeing right now. I think the National Weather Service is just going to let it expire. I am concerned about what we are watching, stretching from, say, Bartlett through Millington, going to impact Rosemark. I do have some friends around Rosemark and Lakeland, so you guys need to be aware that this thunderstorm is going to move in and impact you. We will be keeping an eye on this. Again, it's not reached severe criteria yet, but it is packing quite a bit of a punch. Again, this storm is warned until 6 p.m. It is 5:56 right now, so about 4 more minutes, and this thunderstorm warning will then expire, keeping an eye on St. Francis and Lee counties as this thunderstorm is slowly moving off to the east at around 20 miles per hour. It has moved through Wheatley. It's impacting Morrow right now. Forest City, Marianna, you are going to be impacted by this probably in the next, I would say, 45 minutes, because this thunderstorm is again moving very, very slowly, widening out the perspective. We do have another warning in effect for northeastern Mississippi County into extreme southeastern Pemiscot County. I'm not that concerned about southeastern Pemiscot County. I know we've got some folks that watch us up there, and also we have our friends moving into extreme southwestern Dyer County are beginning to see the impacts of this thunderstorm. This is a thunderstorm warning. The main threat here, gusty winds up to about 60 miles an hour, a lot of rainfall with this. And again, this thunderstorm is moving slowly to the northeast. It should impact Dyersburg, Ripley within the next, I would say, probably 20 to 30 minutes. That's how slowly that thunderstorm is moving. Again, let's zoom back down. Let's take a look at that thunderstorm that has just been really parked over South Haven. South Haven finally starting to see maybe just sprinkles right now. Capelville getting a lot of thunder and lightning, heavy rain right now. Snowden Grove still seeing that rainfall happening. We're also watching Mineral Wells and Olive Branch, but Olive Branch is out of this warning. It is 5:58 right now. This thunderstorm warning will expire at 6 p.m. I'm going to double check and see if we've had any updates with this warning. We have it expiring in 1 minute, and it will expire at 6 p.m. They are not going to extend it. However, we do have some special weather statements for the thunderstorms that I was just talking about over central Shelby County. So what does that mean? What is a special weather statement? So the thunderstorm is packing a punch, as I mentioned. However, it does not meet that severe weather criteria. The National Weather Service is just keeping an eye on it. Winds sitting at about 45 to 50 mile per hour for those wind gusts, small hail, and a lot of heavy rain. This thunderstorm, that line of thunderstorms stretching from South Haven northward to Bartlett, it's nearly stationary, so it is pouring down rain right now. Quite a bit of heavy rain happening right now. We're also looking at that special weather statement for Millington, pouring down rain there as well. Again, this thunderstorm does not meet that severe criteria, but because it is nearly stationary, barely moving to the east, maybe at around 15 to 25 miles per hour. It's got wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour, but it is pouring down that rain. Let's just take one more there we go. Our thunderstorm warning has expired for northern DeSoto County and south central Shelby County. And you guys just hang out with us. We're going to come back and talk about your Action News 5 at 6 newscast, which is just about to begin. And Kelly is already at the desk waiting for you guys. Kelly, over to you.
Taking action for you. Action News 5 at 6 starts now.
All right, thank you so much for joining us for Action News 5 at 6 o'clock. I am Kelly Cook. Thank you for sticking with us. We're actually going to stay with weather. Meteorologist Sarah Tipton has been tracking these storms over the last half hour or so, and it's moving its way across the Mid-South. Let's check back in with Ms. Tipton for a check of our forecast.
Sure, Kelly. Yeah, definitely not expecting these thunderstorms to have gone severe, but they barely met that criteria. And the main reason these thunderstorms we're seeing those warnings is because of their gusty winds and how much rain they were putting down. We're also watching this thunderstorm over St. Francis and Lee counties. It is going to move to the east and maybe even northeast, just a little bit of a bend to the northeast at around 20 miles per hour. But these thunderstorms are just pouring down rain. Localized flooding is a huge threat with these thunderstorms. We did have that warning for parts of Shelby County and northern DeSoto County that just expired. We've got this warning for northeastern Mississippi County, southwestern Dyer County. I don't see that doing much more than that minimal thunderstorm warning criteria at 60 miles per hour. And again, it is putting down quite a bit of heavy rainfall. We are watching this line of storms stretching from Covington through Memphis. It's nearly stationary. It's barely budging to the east, and with that, it is putting down a ton of this rainfall. I'm going to step out of the screen for just another minute. We're going to zoom in and talk about exactly what is happening with this rainfall over Shelby County right now. And with that, you can see we're not expecting this to become severe. It is staying below that severe criteria. So what is a severe thunderstorm warning? What is that criteria? So you need hail to be of a decent size, and you need winds to be at or greater than 60 miles per hour. But that's just not the case with this line that we see stretching from Highway 51 southward, where 78 just crosses the Mississippi state line. We are watching this rain just kind of parked over the eastern portion of Millington into Bartlett, Cordova. A lot of heavy rain here, and it is not going to really move much past, say, Lakeland and Arlington within the next 30 minutes. I'm going to be keeping an eye on these thunderstorms. We have an unsettled pattern, and that is going to impact you for the next 2.5 days. So we'll talk more about these thunderstorms along with what your week looks like, and that's coming up in just a few minutes. Kelly.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. A historic cemetery in Cordova has been left vacant for years. The place where many go to honor their loved ones is now overrun with trees and bushes, but now there is an effort to clean it up. Action News 5's Griffin Demaray has a story.
Gone but not forgotten. That's the most simple version of the words for the Zion Hill Cemetery. It was once a proud spot where people had their loved ones laid to rest. Now there's an effort to bring it back to that once glory. It was a busy day of cutting and cleaning in this Cordova subdivision. Tucked away in the trees is the Zion Hill Cemetery. And thanks to Carrie Louise Pinson, there is now some progress. She organized for crews from the Chickasaw Council to come out and start the process of revitalizing the graveyard. She talked about how important this space is.
Knowing that my dad, my granddad, my grandmother, cousins, it's over 70 graves here.
It's just over the past several years, it's gone into where it's grown up, and so we're just trying to work with our community partners to restore it, so that if there are anybody that wants to visit family members or do genealogy research, then we're able to provide them that.
This is just step one. More crews from around the country are coming in to help with tree removal and do scans of the property to properly ensure loved ones have a place to come. In Cordova, Griffin Demaray, Action News 5.
All new tonight, Memphis police are investigating a shooting that left one man seriously injured. Police say just after 11:30 p.m., officers arrived here at the 200 block of Union Avenue near South B.B. King Boulevard. The man was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police say an MPD squad car was hit by the gunfire, but no officers were injured. Officers say they believe the parties knew each other. So far, no arrests have been made.
Yeah, they come in, enjoy themselves, have dinner, but I consider it as just, their presence is important, They give anybody who wants to do something bad something to think about, they might get caught, things like that. So having them around definitely helps us feel better and our guests feel better. Downtown right now is a hot spot, so people just need to continue to come downtown, enjoy themselves, and, feel safe.
So far, no arrests have been made, but if you know anything about this shooting, call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Late last night, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office arrested the man accused of having a gun on him inside 201 Poplar. He turned himself in following a search warrant. Let's check in now with Action News 5's Garner Montgomery, who is live outside the jail. And Garner, tell us about this incident.
Kelly, the Sheriff's Office, they're now reviewing this incident to figure out how someone could have brought a firearm inside this building through tight security. Surveillance video from inside the Criminal Justice Center shows the suspect, Dedrick Patterson, in a wheelchair. He didn't go through the medical detector for that reason, but a security officer did perform a security check on that suspect with a hand wand. Chief Deputy Anthony Buckner says wheelchairs often have metal components that could trigger a hand wand, a false warning. They believe if Patterson carried the gun through security, that was how, but this case is still under investigation. We're not exactly sure how Patterson may have brought the gun in. What we do know is social media video which allegedly shows Patterson brandishing a firearm inside 201 Poplar. That's spread on Facebook, which put the Sheriff's Office on high alert. Chief Deputy Buckner says they're not taking this incident lightly. They will be reviewing everything that led to this so staff at the Justice Center can feel safe.
We have employees who consider 201 Poplar their work home. They call it their home away from home. They report to work every single day. These employees, some did not want to report to work Friday because they wanted to know about their safety and security. And I understand that. And they deserve to work in an environment where they feel safe.
Dedrick Patterson is charged with carrying weapons during judicial proceedings, possession of a contraband in a penal institution, and unlawful possession of a machine gun. Chief Anthony Buckner says more charges may be added as they continue to investigate it. Chief Anthony Buckner says they're also going to be reviewing the security vendors to see if any mistakes were made that may have led to this incident happening. Reporting live outside 201 Poplar in downtown Memphis, Garner Montgomery, Action News 5.
Well, going out in one state will look a bit different for those that drink starting next month. Learn where they are taking new steps to make nightlife safer. There are new steps in California to make sure customers can feel safe about the contents of their drinks. Starting next month, All bars and nightclubs in the state will be required to provide lids to any customer who asks for one. The new law is meant to combat drink spiking, but as Carolina Estrada reports, some bar owners are warning that it could mean an increase in prices for customers.
California is taking new steps to make nightlife safer.
That's the reality. Is I'm scared, constantly about watching my drink.
A new law aims to combat drink spiking with plastic lids.
I want to make sure we have enough lids that match that same cup, or can we alter our cups to fit the right lid?
Starting July, bars and nightclubs will be required to have drink lids for any customer who asks for one.
We want to make sure that all guests feel safe and comfortable when they walk into our space.
The law applies to businesses with a Type 48 license, which includes venues that serve alcohol but not food.
We're always trying to stay on top of everything.
Nate Ashby, general manager at the Golden Bear, says the change could mean an extra cost.
Having a lid that fits every kind of glassware that we have.
Still, he says safety comes first.
Safety is the most important thing for us, because if you don't feel safe somewhere, you're not going to go there.
Well, the law also requires for establishments to have safety notices informing people about the lids and the drinking test kits.
I'm continuing to track the thunderstorms that are moving across Shelby County right now. You're hearing a lot of thunder out there. So what does that mean for your evening? We'll talk about that coming up.
This broadcast is sponsored by Best Care Plumbing, Heating, and Air. When it comes to your comfort, you deserve the best. You're watching Action News 5 at 6.
Well, the summer heat started fast here in the Mid-South, and as people continue to head outside to enjoy different activities, what should you do to make sure you don't have an unwanted trip to the hospital, right? Well, with temperatures feeling like triple digits this week and many headed outside to enjoy different things, doctors say the number one thing you should do if you're out and about is to stay hydrated, drink some water. We spoke with some residents in Eastern Arkansas who says they plan to enjoy the summer as much as possible without joining the list at the hospital.
Swim as much as possible, make sure to stay hydrated, drink lots of water.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot out, so you got to stay hydrated, got to stay cooled off.